What's good, everybody? It's Jay Coffee Talk, tapping back in with some more hip hop news. Hit the comments, guys. Join the discussion on these topics we're covering. But let's get right into them. First up, man, Jay-Z, all over the headlines, man. The big homie got the new track out with Nas. Everyone, make sure to let me know your thoughts on that track, man, and that Khaled, DJ Khaled album. A lot of people, like, mixed reviews on that album. A lot of people shitting on the album. A lot of people are saying, nah, man, I fuck with it, but we seen Hove and Nas FaceTiming, and, it's like Jay don't have social media, really. I mean, we know he has a Twitter account. That man don't really use it, you know what I mean? He's too busy building his empire, branching out into all different lanes and avenues. You never know what Jay-Z's gonna do next. But there's an interview that he did that's popping up, in the news a lot. Everyone's discussing it. It was in the Wall Street Journal. I haven't seen the whole interview. Let me know if you guys did. But there's something in there Jay said that I wanted to talk about with y'all. And that's him talking about Big Pimpin', right? How he regrets it. And it's just nuts for me to hear Jay say that. I don't know now, I guess in his older age, he's a family man. He looks back and it's just like, well, what was I talking about? Because you see the little excerpt from the article. It says Jay-Z talked about his unique writing process, which involves not writing his lyrics down. Which, real quick, I just want to pause and say, I don't understand how MCs do that. Like, I don't know, it's just nuts to not write anything down at all. But we've heard, Jay say this many times over the years, and we've heard other people attest to it. Jay just gets in the booth. I don't know. It's quite amazing. But anyways, he says, he admitted that while some of his lyrics are really profound, when he sees them on paper, he feels differently about Big Pimpin'. That's the exception. It was like, I can't believe I said that, and kept saying it. What kind of animal would say that sort of thing? Reading it is really harsh. And that, like, hearing Jay say that sounds kind of harsh. I mean, I get it. We grow up and things we said and did in our mind state and our youth is, it's totally different as we mature. But for him to say, what kind of animal would say this? Like, I'm wondering if Jay was laughing when he was saying this, kind of like in a joking manner or something. But Big Pimpin', man, I remember back when that video dropped, early 2000, it was all over like MTV. I forget what show they had back then. Making the Video, I think it was called. And Jay-Z was out, they had the yacht or the boat or whatever, and they were talking about it was the race to $1 million, to spend $1 million on a video. And they were just out there wilding, partying. And obviously we know Jay ain't that dude no more, because in there he said, me give my heart to a woman, not for nothing, never happen, I'll be forever macking. And Beyonce changed that all, I guess, right? You know what I mean? I wonder if he feels the same way about Parking Lot Pimpin' off that roc-a-fella album, man. A lot of people shit on that album too. Comment, tap in. What do you think of the roc-a-fella, the Dynasty album? But I mean, it is what it is, we grow, we change. It was just kind of funny to me to see Jay reacting to these old lyrics and content of the music like that. So y'all comment, let me know what you guys think. But next up, what I wanted to cover real quick, last night we were doing a little live stream, just having a discussion, chopping it up about a lot of different topics. And a couple people that were in there were like, yo, Coffee, what do you think about Royce the 5'9" disrespecting legend, the living legend, Big Daddy Kane? And I was like, man, say it ain't so. Tell me Royce didn't open up his mouth talking some old crazy ish, because I'm a big Royce fan. And, I just posted on my Instagram like a few days ago about Big Daddy Kane, a little clip of him on Genius, where they read and react and rate different MCs' bars. And he was right. He gave a big thumbs up to a Joel Ortiz verse where Joel Ortiz had some clever wordplay like he always does. A 5 foreign verse he was impressed with. You know what I mean? It was cool to see the living legend doing that. And I was just saying how Big Daddy Kane was just such a fly individual. Like he brought so much swag to the game, next level type ish. Just like you know what I mean? Like Big Daddy Kane was just a cool dude, you know? And I'm just lost as to what possessed Royce the 5'9" to say this, because he said, and shout out to a couple of my subscribers for sending me the link to this clip that I watched over there on Off the Cuff Radio. Shout out to that channel as well. They have really great content. And, you know, I just didn't get it, why there was like animosity. Like Royce straight up was taking a shot at Big Daddy Kane. He was dissing him, and I just don't get it, you know, because he was trying to say basically that people like big homies in the game, you know, that like kind of paved the way for MCs today, because he said something like that. Like you can say, this MC wouldn't be here if it wasn't for this MC. You know what I'm saying? Like, but then he went on to say basically, though, you can't say though that MC can't surpass the MC that came before them and blazed the trail, or whatever, however you want to put it. And I get that. I get what he's saying, you know, that the legends and the big homies made it possible for hip hop to be what it is now. I totally get what he's saying. You know what he's saying? Don't think that people can't surpass them. Okay, you know, fair enough. I get that, and that's true, you know, because Royce was talking about how he is a scholar of hip hop. He dedicated his life to the craft and to being an MC and everything. And once again, y'all, I'm a huge Royce the 5'9" fan. I've been fucking with his music for a long time. It's been really refreshing to see his last two projects, Book of Ryan and Allegory, which, guys, they could use that to teach a class in college. I really think like that album the Allegory was very interesting. Book of Ryan was dope. He got some Grammy nominations. So it's refreshing to see Royce getting some recognition, you know what I mean, on a major level like that. But I don't know if he's salty that he had to put in work all these years, or what the case may be. It was just very odd. He's gonna say, because the guy said, what exactly do you mean when you're saying he couldn't out-rap a picture of Jay-Z? He said you could take a selfie and put it in the studio, and Big Daddy Kane could just rap, and he couldn't out-rap the selfie, which, I get it, but I don't still. It ain't making a whole lot of sense to me. But what I can tell you about it is that it's some disrespect. It's some major disrespect, and I'm just not understanding. And let me tell you something. I almost wonder if Royce the 5'9", like, because we know him and Eminem have a weird relationship, right? Where he's been around M forever. We know Eminem became the rap Elvis, like a pop star and a rap star. And, you know, everyone associates Royce with Eminem. Like, yeah, that's Eminem's man. That's Eminem's homie. And they had beef. Now they're cool. So I don't know if it's like Royce is living in Eminem's shadow. So he just kind of has, but he doesn't want to like diss Eminem for some reason or something. So it's like he's lashing out at other people. I don't know. I don't know how to take it. I don't know what, like, I got to listen to the whole podcast, how they even got into this discussion. But y'all comment. What do you guys think made Royce kind of shit on Big Daddy Kane? Like, that's the way I took it. I felt that was some big disrespect in my opinion. But I'm interested to know what y'all think. So tap in. Let's talk. And then the last topic I wanted to cover real quick, something else we were talking about in my live last night. Once again, guys, if you see J Coffee Talk live on the late night tip, jump in. You know what I'm saying? You can call in. We can talk. All different topics. We were talking about everything in there last night, from private prisons to a prison YouTuber hopped on and shared his experience of fighting a case. We talked about a lot of different things, conspiracies, everything, right? But big, you know, Jaz-O, who we're speaking about what Royce was just saying, that can a rapper's like that birthed a rapper more or less, like Jaz-O and birthed Jay-Z, pretty much brought him on the scene. I like tap in and comment and let me know if you guys agree. I don't really know how anyone can see it any other way, but obviously Jay-Z surpassed Jaz-O times a million, you know. And we were just discussing, you know, Jazz a little bit. My moderator, Murder Man, once again, big shout out to him. Big shout out to everyone who taps in. Doobie Sonics, who sent me the link for the Off the Cuff radio clip that I was just speaking about just a moment ago. But Murder Man was saying, yo, Jaz-O is that dude. And, you know, today I hop on Instagram, and one of the first things I see was On This Date in Hip Hop was sharing that today back on this date in 1989, Jaz-O released Word to the Jazz, right? And, we know Jay-Z and Jaz-O's relationship. They beefed. They got into a serious beef. They didn't talk for years. We've heard Jay-Z address it on songs where, what do you say, like, Dame made millions, Bean something. But he says Jazz made scraps. He would have made more if he signed his damn contract. So, I don't know. And then we've always heard that Nas got a lot of the material for Ether from Jaz-O, which doesn't surprise me because it was very, very personal, and it was someone who knew Hove very well, so I believe that. It's kind of odd. I don't know exactly where the beef started, but when I see this, Word to the Jazz released on this date, Jay-Z just dropped this Sorry Not Sorry with Nas, like all this different stuff. It's like, and we know they've squashed the beef now, maybe, what was it, a year or two ago? Is it too late, or do y'all think we'll see another Jay-Z Jaz-O collaboration? Like, I know a lot of people are gonna laugh and say, Coffee, them dudes is old as hell, you're tripping. But listen, guys, I love when something comes to fruition. Like I was just talking about Royce and Eminem, how they had their beef when they finally got it back together all those years later and did the Bad Meets Evil EP, which we're still waiting on part 2, guys. Like, hurry the fuck up, you know what I mean? I like when I see things come together like that, and it's like now they're in good standing. We seen them come out publicly and say we squashed the beef. Like, these dudes got history together. I think it would be dope if they made some kind of like Originator Part 3 or something, because the Originator, then Jigga What, Jigga Who, the way they did that fast rapping and everything. Like, I want to see another Jay-Z, Jaz-O, Big Jazz reunion. You feel me? What do you guys think? Is it too late? Would hip hop still appreciate it these days? Like, tap in, let's talk about it. From my understanding too, Jay-Z's, there's a lot of talk he has an album dropping really, really soon. So I don't know, it's just kind of interesting in this time with Jay-Z. Earlier in the video, I was talking about him regretting Big Pimpin'. Like, we know Jay-Z's this big homie, that accomplished so much in hip hop. He's doing things in the business world that people thought this man would never do. He's evolved into something bigger than any MC ever, almost, I gotta say. His whole aura about him. And, we'll probably never get Jay dropping music regularly, like once a year or even once every 2 years anymore. But I really want to see this collab. So let me know what you guys think about that. And, for all the OGs who, remember Jaz-O's music when it was really hitting, let me know what that was like back then. Was Jaz-O one of the dudes that like at that time when he was big, was he one of the biggest in the game or what? Because obviously, guys, I remember Jaz-O, but I was young then. You feel me? So let me know your thoughts about Jaz-O. And who remembers that song back in like 01, 02, where Jaz-O dropped an album, and he had that song where it was like, players get your numbers like no tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? And Jay-Z, he did a video where it was like 2 songs in one. And Jay-Z was featured on one of the songs and didn't show for the video. So I was like, damn, man, like, I don't know. Jay-Z seems to get into it with everyone that he worked with. And a lot of people say Jay, you know what I'm saying? He's just kind of like a jerk, more or less, selfish or something. But I don't know, like, looking at Jay-Z and what he does and everything, it just seems like it's got to be that way because he has that drive to do things no one ever did before. I don't know. Like, what do you guys think? In your book, is Jay-Z a sellout, or is he just, American gangster syndrome? You know what I'm saying? Where instead of just being a rapper like the way Frank Lucas was like, I just don't want to be a hustler. Let's go over to Vietnam and let's go meet the plug ourselves or something. Like, is Jay just so motivated it comes off that way, or do you think he's a greaseball? Let's talk about it. And real quick too, before I close this out, one more thing I forgot to mention when I was speaking on Big Daddy Kane. Dope movie for all the movie buffs out there. It came out like 2016, 2017 with Keanu Reeves. It's called Exposed. It's a crime drama. Very good movie. Big Daddy Kane is in that movie. He plays like a gangster from the neighborhood who's taking a lot of people out. He ain't playing no games. And he was good in that film. Let me know if y'all seen it. If you didn't, go check it out. That's all I got on this one, guys. J Coffee Talk closing this one out. Make sure to subscribe if you're new, but more importantly, make sure to join the discussion in the comments. That's what these videos are all about, talking with you guys. Stay tuned for the late night lives. Tap in, kick it with coffee. Sub to the channel, hit the notification bell. It's J Coffee Talk, talking music, news, sports, current events, life, and much more. And I'm out of here, y'all. Peace.